Hi, I'm Tamari, and welcome to the Energy Tune In, where I offer intuitive guidance about a specific energetic that feels alive for the collective this week. This week, when I tune in, I'm being shown that the intensity of recent times, coupled with the depth of growth that we've been asked to do personally and collectively, whether we are aware of it or not, has catapulted many of us into a cycle of exhaustion and feeling like, what's wrong with me? We're going through many challenges, and it can feel somewhat relentless, like it's just one thing after the other. It's easy to feel like you're alone in this and like something in you is broken and unworthy, and feeling the same about the world around us. I'm being asked to presence two things for you this week. The first is that you are enough. Nothing is wrong with you. You are not broken. And it is up to us to undo the programming that most of us grew up with that deem us unworthy when we miss the mark, or the programming that shames us when we go through a difficult time in our life or do things we're not proud of and behave in ways that aren't exactly in line with our highest values and intentions. We are hardwired for rejection of imperfections in ourselves and in others, and not so much for forgiveness. Long ago, we lived in villages and in tribes where, when we did something that wasn't really aligned with our own inherent state of love and goodness, the people around us in the village would help us remember who we truly were and helped us come back to center. Most of us don't live with such a support system anymore from the outside of us. And we really do need to remember how to come back to remembrance of ourselves. We must hold our own internal circle of worthiness and learn, or I should say, unlearn the habit of beating ourselves up for whenever we deem ourselves unworthy and not good enough. We came here to learn and to grow and to evolve, and none of that can take place without losing center first. It's time that we shift the way we perceive the times and the moments in our life when we are out of alignment, and really understand that those are often the times that serve us best, should we choose to see it that way. The second thing is this is a time of great awakening. Many of you have already heard this. When we say this, we mean that most of us have chosen to be here at this particular time for a reason. And you knew by choosing to do so that you would be undertaking a really big responsibility to help us all go through a great purge, a time when there will be no other choice but to face all the pain and all the chaos that's been created, and to be brave enough to bring it all to the light so it can truly be transformed and released. Remember that the pain that you carry isn't yours alone to hold, and it didn't start with you, but you've chosen the opportunity to clear it for yourself, for your family line, and for the collective. When you understand this greater perspective, you will finally see yourself as the courageous warrior of light that you are, a beautiful, valuable link in a really long and great chain that is being put under significant strain in these times. In your humanness, you are not separate, and you could not possibly be unworthy. You are so much more than enough for simply being alive in these times. You are not alone ever, but you do get to choose to be here and do the work. And for some of us, this has not been an easy choice to make. So be kind to yourself and to others. For this week, I'd like to offer you this practice. First, start noticing where in your life you beat yourself up for being off center. From the smallest thing, like dropping something in the kitchen, to the way that you show up in a relationship in your life, sometimes in a less than ideal way. And promise yourself to become aware of how you speak to yourself in those times, and choose to be more gentle and kind and loving and understanding. Speak with yourself like you would speak with a child that is going through a difficult time, but is doing their best. It's really up to us to break the punitive cycle of shaming and lay a new pathway of remembrance that we are always worthy and always enough. And it starts with our own dialogue within. The second thing is this: remember that your body is in your soul and in service of your soul, not the other way around. I invite you to spend some time every day this week in remembrance. When you sit to meditate in the mornings, perhaps is what I do. I invite you to play with this mantra: I am not this body. My body is in my soul. You can also add my favorite Ram Dass mantra: I am loving awareness. This is a really powerful practice to help you not identify with your mind and ego and coming to be present with the greatest whole of you. Thank you for tuning in this week, and may you remember that you are enough. All my love.